Okay. So, sorry for the bit of delay there, but welcome everybody to .hack Infection. This is the first in 4 games in the .hack series, and we're going to go ahead and watch the intro again, just because. That did not sound Japanese. Okay, so, I think I have the audio balance a little bit better now, because when I'm speaking, it regularly goes into, spikes up into the yellow, and the game only does that in the loudest points. So, if there are any issues hearing me over the game, do let me know during the stream. I can adjust that any time. For now, we are going to go ahead and start a new game. I don't know what that is, but it's kind of ugly.
Der Mann des Schattens auf der Suche nach dem Abendrachen ist noch nicht zurückgekommen. Der Herd der Finsternis grollt. Helga, Königin der Finsternis, stellt schließlich ein Heer auf. Alparon, König des Lichts, grüßt sich, und sie treffen sich am Fuße des Regenbogens. Die verfluchte Welle muss gemeinsam bekämpft werden. Der See von Alba brodelt. Der große Baum des Lichts fällt. Alle Macht zerfällt zu Tropfen im Tempel von Arche-Köln. Wesen ohne Schatten, ihre Welt zerfällt zu nichts. Der Mann des Schattens auf der Suche nach dem Abenddrachen kehrt niemals mehr zurück.
Epitaph of Twilight, Emma Wieland. Okay. So that was something being read from a, story? Or poem, by the sound of it.
Okay, user registration is done. Now for a name. Yasuhiko's probably already there waiting for me. I'd better hurry.
Registration process for the world is finished. Reconfirming your name and character name. Well, the character name is already filled in for us, and I am loath to change those. But username is not entered. Oop. That's not what I meant. There we go. Oop. Kite. Like a kite you fly? Okay. User registration is approved. To start the game, select the world from your desktop. Please enjoy the world. Okay. I heard that this was an interesting game because of the virtual
I'll check my
desktop.
email first.
CC Corporation version update. The system of the world has been updated to version 2.75. With this update, the following elements have been added. Monster tolerances. For a group of monsters, certain physical/magical attacks will cause 0 damage because of their defense mechanisms. Elemental hit. Attack with elemental skills that are opposite the monster attribute, and it will result in double damage. Treasure chest items. You may obtain different items depending on the type of treasure chests. Many items are now available from the gotcha statue. For more details, see the version update information listed on the board. Wow. This is old enough they still used message boards. Thank you for registering. This is a notification mail to complete the registration process. We still have those. The world, the game, is comprised of several servers. The adventure begins by inputting codes at kiosk gates in root towns, which are located in each of the servers. Let me introduce each of the servers in root towns. Aqua Capital Makanu. Delta server root town. Makanu means the son of a goddess. There are waterways throughout the town. The sounds and the scenery will bring you peace. Highland City, Dunlarang. I'm not sure what that symbol is. It's like a pill. Server root town. Dunlarang means the Weaver Guardian. It is a city protected by sprites with buildings made of rocks coexisting with nature. The wind will challenge the adventurers on their quest. Cultural City, Carmina Gadalica. Not sure. It's like an upside down V. Carmina Gadalica means the Song of Gale. It is a metropolis, a fusion of science and traditional cultural knowledge. Ariel City, Fort Oof. Sigma? I think this is the symbol for Sigma. I'm not very good at Greek letters. Japanese fox, not good at Greek letters. I know. So weird, huh? Fort Elf means the Fort of Elves. It originated as a fort built in preparation for a war with Carmina Gadalica, but since the peace agreement, it has acted as a watchtower for monsters. And Relic City, Leafau, Omega server root town. Leafau means the Stone of Destiny. This city was a holy ground for the Tartarga people before the Great War, but it was destroyed by the Carmina Gadalica forces, which did not like the idea. Please choose them at the kiosk gate in the root town. It is recommended that you play in Delta server while your level is low. Okay, so the different servers. Now let's go on an adventure. So the different servers have different level limits, I guess. So if you're low level, you should be going to, Omega server. Kind of makes sense. Hey, did you finish registering? What kind of character are you? Oh, and like I said at school, you'll regret it if you use a smart-ass name. I'm Orca in the world, so keep that in mind. Don't call me by my real name. You can be a different person when you're there. Well, more like the guy you want to be. Anyway, I'll be at root. Okay. Ooh, there's news. There's news articles to read. Huh. New transportation system operational. the Real-Time Transportation Control System, RTCS, ended its trial period today and will be fully operational starting tomorrow. It is predicted that chronic traffic jams will be resolved by the system. The system's main feature is the ability to control and adjust traffic lights depending on the situation. It can also predict the best timing at railway stops. When there is a crime, it will turn all traffic lights around the area to red to help prevent the culprit from escaping. Of course, it is questionable whether criminals will follow the traffic laws. Well, yeah, but everyone else might, and it'll make it harder for them to get out of there. So, kind of interesting that we already have, like, smart traffic lights in this day and age, and I guess back then it wasn't a thing yet, or it's starting to become a thing. I mean, they don't necessarily readjust on the fly, but they definitely do sense cars that are waiting to go, and will change their routines during rush hour. So that's already an event in reality. The world tops 20 million. Sales of the online role-playing game The World, CC Corporation, December 2007. Okay, so we have an idea of when this game takes place. Have exceeded 20 million copies worldwide. The game was the first online game released since the Twilight of the New Gods incident. It sold 10 million copies in its first 6 months and has steadily grown in its sales through various upgrades. Reports state there are around 10 million users in Japan alone. CC Corporation in its press release stated, "We are grateful for the support, but we also feel there is a social obligation that we must meet." According to a source within CC Corporation, they are considering submission to the Guinness Book of World Records as the highest-selling game in history. And I heard the Guinness Book of World Records was conceived to settle arguments at bars. Like, seriously? So that people wouldn't argue about facts, they'd have a book there with all of the facts of, like, the biggest and stuff like that, so that, you know, bar fights wouldn't erupt over what people think is the truth. They could just look it up. Let's see. Alright. And then we have Neurogoggle FMD. It looks like Sony's announced that it will soon sell a new head-mounted video display, the Neurogoggle FMD. It's customized for the popular CC Corporation game The World. Retail price has not yet been set. Huh. That's interesting. Compatible with the mega popular online game The World. Lightweight with rainbow eye coding. Maximum 100-hour consecutive use using the CC ion battery. The sound recognition device has evolved to near perfection with a less than 0.5% error rate. When switched to chat mode, it recognizes the pauses by the speaker and translates them as, well, ellipses, I think those are called, when it's like that. It's not just ... it's ellipses. They may come when keyboards are obsolete. WNC official statement. The World Network Council, WNC, announced today that the market penetration of the Network OS Ultimate has reached almost 100% around the globe. This means that all network computer terminals in homes or businesses are now compatible with Ultimate. WNC Public Relations stated that the Pluto Kiss incident of December 2005 and the 2-year period following the incident, commonly known as Twilight of the New Gods, is now only a page in history. Some officials state that after 6 emotional years of ups and downs, the new generation HyperNet plan proposed in April of 2004 has finally been fulfilled. So exactly when is this taking place? Is this 2010? What's that? Yes. Those are really, really old files. I'm taking new spot. I'm not going to delete my human's old files, but yeah, you can tell this has been played before by my human, just by the fact that there's save data and clear data there. Interesting. Key of the Twilight, it says on the sword. So let's see, board. Okay, here's the several new elements that they're explaining. This is a bit more in-depth explanation about what element tolerance is. So if they're tolerant to fire, then you cast Vakdon, it will do no damage. Physical tolerance. So, if enemy physical tolerance is encountered inside the dungeon and there's no one in the party with magic skills, then the enemy cannot be defeated. Oh. Always have someone in your party that has magic skills. Okay. Even warrior type characters can equip a Wave Master's armor, which I guess Wave Master is the mage. Black mage. This is pretty much the same thing, but for physical. So you want you want the mages to be focusing on healing. So all the tolerance explained above can be cancelled by decreasing the status parameter with magic skills and items. So, for example, canceling Earth element tolerance. You can cancel that by using Deck Gans or Stonebane. Okay. Deck Rune, Deck Vax. I guess Deck is like down or decrease, and then Gans and Ruem and Vax and Juka and Ryo, Anid, those are all the elements. Canceling physical tolerance. Deck Vorv, canceling magic tolerance. Deck Korma. Okay. So you can actually cancel their immunity to the element by reducing or by casting a spell, which I guess reduces their resistance to an element, would make it hit harder if it didn't have tolerance. Also, a thing to note is my reaction might be a little bit before what you see on screen, because the Elgato that I'm using to capture this, that my human's friend gave him, there's a delay before OBS picks it up, but I'm watching the other monitor and listening with headphones attached to said monitor, so I can see and react and hear in real time, but and the camera is capturing, and camera and mic are capturing me in real time as well, but the game capture is delayed by like half a second or a little bit more. So, elemental hit. An attack to a monster with an elemental skill that is opposite its attribute. At a set probability, damage inflicted is twice the normal amount, so it has a chance to critically hit. Armor can be changed during battle, so we advise having armor with different elements. Okay. So, instead of like a wheel, they have opposing element pairs. Wood and earth are opposed, thunder and darkness are opposed, water and fire are opposed. If a water element skill is used on a monster with fire element attribute, an elemental hit will occur. And conversely, if a fire element skill is used on a water monster, an elemental hit will occur. Players cannot receive elemental hits. That's good. Based on feedback from users, we would upgrade the items and treasure boxes. Also, different types of items can be obtained from stationary objects such as jars, caskets, and other breakable objects. Okay. Items can be obtained from the following. Breakable objects can give you HP recovery, cure, items with element. Attribute increases. The area element is related to the element attribute items. Treasure boxes give mostly magic scrolls. Scrolls related to the elements. The elements are related to the area element attribute. Risky treasure boxes give you armor, weapons, and occasionally SP recovery items. And the God statue gives you a valuable weapons and armor. A total of 3 items can be obtained. Okay. And there's so much here. This is like an actual message board. This is cool. What's a skill? I just started playing this game. When I talked to the shopkeeper, he said you can use skills by equipping armor and weapons, but what's a skill? And it's an attack that uses up SPs, skill points, during battle. It can damage enemies or cure allies. They don't call it magic because they're not just spells, but moves that are used by a swordsman as well. When I changed weapons, I lost a skill. Is there a connection? Skills are based on equipment and not characters, so if you change your equipment, you can't use that skill anymore. The skill you lost was probably on your old weapon. Aside from attack, power, and defense, you should keep skills in mind. Really? I didn't know, so I just sold my old weapon. I thought I just leveled up and learned magic. There's a skill I have that I can't use. Why is that? You don't have enough SP, the target isn't in range. It's probably one or the other. There's a range with every skill, so if the target isn't within range, you can't use it. Magic is long range, but attacks are shorter, so you need to get closer. Oh. There's more. Are there any spells you can cast on all your enemies or allies like other RPGs? If you can, it would seriously suck when you have to heal your party. They don't have these, but skills with range and range attack are something like that since they are area effects. If it's an attack spell, it does about half the damage to the enemy around the target, so if you use it wisely, it becomes something very similar. Well, sort of. Healing spells on allies are similar, so you can heal other members around the target. I bought a more expensive armor, but it got weaker against enemy magic attacks. Why is that? Probably magical defense in the armor is low. There's magical defense and physical defense. Even if your physical defense is high, if your magical defense is low, you can't guard against magic damage. Okay. I wasn't looking at armor parameters. Also, there's defense and evade. What's the difference? You should check the parameters of your item. It's the first thing you should do. Yeah, really. As for defense and evade, defense lessens the frequency, it lessens the damage you receive, and evade is the frequency you can hit. You do know that Souffle and Melee, Paralysis, and Charm can't be avoided even if you increase magic evasion, right? If you increase the spirit status for Curse, Sleep, Confusion, and Charm, and then increase body stats for Poison, Paralysis, and Slowdown, it won't decrease damage, but it will decrease the frequency you're affected by those spells. Huh. There are things like fire element and skills. The elements make a difference. There's 6 elements for skills, items, and monsters. For monsters, there's an icon to the left of its name. There are similar icons in your status screen. Elements have opposing elements, so enemies with fire are strong against attacks with fire, but weak against attacks with water. So if you cast Vecton on a magical goblin, it doesn't do as much damage as another spell. Which elements oppose one another? I know fire and water. Can someone tell me? Wood draws nutrients. Earth decomposes trees. Thunder lights up, darkness covers light, fire boils water, water extinguishes fire. I got plate armor, but I can't equip it. Can long arms equip plate armor? It would bite if they can. Sorry, but you're right. Wave Masters can only equip the lightest armor. Twin blades and long arms can't equip heavy armor. Other guys can equip whatever they want. You should probably check the armor status for that. It all depends on the job class, so you better know which ones you can equip. Okay. There's a lot here. Play knowledge. The enemies are strong in every single area I've been in. If you put in the keywords randomly, you usually don't get to the areas that are for you. You should probably check the board for more. Other players will post low-level area keywords. Are you forming parties when you go out? The difficulty level varies if you've got no friends or go solo. If you've got no friends, well, I can't really help you there. You need member addresses of other players to form parties. A member address is like a business card. You can call up other players in the other towns and areas by mail. Just open the menu in a root town and select the player you want. If you want to collect member addresses, all you need to do is make friends. Does everyone know about the Zeet statue? The Zeet statue at the bottom of the dungeon is searching for an adventurer to give a title of honor as the hero of Zeet. Only way to get the title is to get to the Zeet statue as fast as you can. Those who want the praise of the Zeet statue select chronicling as your part A at the Chaos Gate. First, look for an area with a dungeon close to the entrance that doesn't have that many floors. The hero of Zeet must also be versed in looking for an advantageous area. Current hero of Zeet is as follows. First place, Balmum. Second place, Orca. Third place, Seed. Fourth place, Highlander. There can only be one. Fifth place, Nog. New transportation system. What about this RTCS? Looks like an eye. You know that the new transport system called RTCS that starts tomorrow? I really want to know if traffic jams will be a thing of the past. The other day it took me 2 hours to get back to the city from Odaiba. Wow. Okay. Dude, if it's that bad, just just ride the train, please. No matter what kind of system, they need to reduce the number of cars. There's just too many idiots on the road. Just get rid of them. Wow, I could say that sentiment about the US, seriously. It's not the amount of people on the road, it's the amount of people causing trouble on the road. Good to know some things never change. The world reaches 20 million. Congratulations! The world has sold over 20 million copies worldwide. The first time I experienced the world was 2 years ago. I still remember how I felt when I first entered the dungeon. I wonder what happened to all those people who helped me out in the beginning. Maybe you'll find out. People will start posting about it. Neurogoggle FMD. Has anyone used the new goggles they just came out with? I'm pondering about buying one, but someone please tell me what you think. Keyword creation. I got some keywords during play and tried them, but they don't seem to work. I think the parameters on the Chaos Gate menu are way too strong. Can someone teach me a good way to combine words? You really shouldn't worry about the gate's area's parameters in the beginning. Beginners should only be concerned with the level of the area. This is a parameter that sets the difficulty of the level, and the higher it is, the more powerful the monsters are, and the better the items. If you combine words randomly, you might get a really strong enemy and die instantly. When your level is low, you should use words with low difficulty. Here's a sample word for beginners. Part A, bursting. I used the word bursting in Part A like Quorum said, but the enemies were too strong and it was game over for me. Why? There's probably a word aside from bursting that's at the area level. Were there more than 2 jewels in the area levels in the parameter list. In cases like that, the word with a higher priority takes precedence. When in red, it has higher priority. So maybe a word aside from bursting was used to set the area level. Sorry I didn't tell you before. Thank you, Quorum. I see. So more than one word can set a particular parameter. But there are parameters you can't set with any of the words. What about those? We'll have to find out later, won't we? What's a grunty? Okay, what is a grunty? I found this item called root vegetable in the field. It was jumping up and down. I thought it was a monster at first, but when I looked at the key item list, it said food for grunty. So what is this grunty? Something alive? Can someone please tell me? I didn't know at first too. Crest, you're probably in the Delta server, right? Well, there aren't any grunties in that one. Grunties are living things in Theta servers range. And kind of look like a mix between a pig and a cow or something like that. Food for grunty is an item that you can feed them, but they don't exist in Delta server. But if you find any of the food items, you should keep them. They'll come in handy once you get to Theta server. A pig. Okay. Well, I'll try to get as many as I can. Yeah, you should collect as many as you can. You can find food for grunty not only in the fields, but also in the dungeons, so you should keep your eyes open for them. When you get near it, it goes boing boing, so you can probably tell. Sounds like collectibles. Spring of Mist. I've thrown weapons into the Spring of Mist that are in the fields, but there are times when the level of the weapon increases or decreases. Is there a reason? I'm not certain, but weather seems to play a role in whether or not a weapon or armor gets stronger or weaker. When I put a weapon in the grasslands, when it was sunny, it got strong. But when it was raining, it got weaker. I haven't tried armor, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure weather is involved, though I don't think it really matters what kind of field you're in. When I tried it at night, both weapons and armor got strong. When it was cloudy, my armor got weaker, but when there was thunder and rain, my armor got stronger. By the way, aren't Grandpa and Monsieur totally annoying? Grandpa and Monsieur? Yeah, it does get annoying, both the voice and the face. Well, my armor got strong, so I won't complain. By the way, is anyone collecting the golden axe? This weapon isn't that strong, right? People do collect it. Someone named Tim wanted to trade for it the other day, and apparently there are a couple more like him too. NPCs we can trade with, maybe? Aren't most of the people who collect the gold and silver axe like high levels? I was asked by Messino for a trade, but I didn't have it. But if I did, it seems like he would have traded some pretty good items. I think I missed out on a good opportunity there. You only have to throw in unwanted weapons and armor to get gold and silver axe. I envy those high-level players. They've got tons of stuff they don't need. Item trade. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Item trade. Straw Millionaire. Starting with cat's blades, and after trading several times, I got the legendary Megiddo wand. I never thought I'd get something this good. Wow, I want to trade well and get a good item too. If you have any good tips, please tell me. It's not really a tip, but for example, to a twin blade, the one for Wave Master is not a very important item, right? But even though it's not important to you, it might be to the other party. So you just have to keep an eye on what the other guy wants and offer that item. Oh, and you can only trade 3 types of items and up to 99 of each. And symbol. You know what the green thing's called symbol? You know the green thing's called symbol by a dungeon? Is there some meaning to them? Explodes when you touch it, so I thought it was a trap of some kind. If you touch them, they have a special effect on you, like healing, increasing your strength, etc. Effects are random, so you don't know what you might get. Things on fire and the field are the same. When you find one, just use it. Okay. Let's log in. Aqua Capital, Nakanu.
Hey, you made it. Hey, it's me, Orca, the Blade Master.
Whoa! You look so different from the real Yasuhiko. Nothing like the real you.
Hey, in this game, I'm Orca. Regardless of what I am in reality, I'm pretty well known here. What?
No, you look great.
Anyway, take this.
You know how Morca's
Member address is the flash mail address you can only access in the world. With flash mail, you can exchange messages with others in real time, as long as you are in the world. It's mostly used by newbies to contact other players to form a party. Try it out by inviting me to join your party. First, press the triangle button to open the menu. In the menu, select Party. Next, names of players who gave you their member addresses will be listed here. Choose a player you want to invite to your party and send a flash mail.
I love how it tells you how much money he has. He looks so rich.
Since you just started, you probably only have my member address. Now, press the X button twice to send a flash mail to me. Ah, got it. Join my party. It's kind of weird mailing each other when we're face to face. See? My name appears under your screen. That means I'm in your party. By the way, flash mail is only available when you're in a town. Oh, and you can't contact people when they're not logged into the world. People do have a life, you know. We're not online 24/7.
Some of us aren't.
In other words, you can't always count on the same members to form a party. So, try to get as many member addresses as you can. You'll have more fun that way. Well, how you play is up to you. But since EXP and stuff isn't divided among party members, you really don't benefit if you go solo. Okay. Well, why don't we head off? There's nothing to worry about.
Sorry.
I found a perfect place for newbies. This is the Chaos Gate, a sort of transfer device that takes us from one place to another. Now, press the X button. In the world, each play zone is called an area, determined by a combination of 3 keywords. Select New Keyword. This is the keyword screen. At the top is the entry plate. You put the 3 selected keywords one by one for each part, A, B, and C. Left of the entry plate is all the keywords you have. You can collect more of them by reading your emails, the board, and from other players. Now, let's enter some keywords by starting with part A. Select Bursting from the list. Good. Next for part B, select Passed Over. For the last one in part C, select Aquafield. Now you're done specifying the area. Oh, one more thing. You see the symbol on the left next to the keyword? That's the server symbol. It indicates which server you are currently logged on to. This symbol is Delta, so we're logged on to the Delta server. The list on the bottom right is the area status list. See the jewel next to the field type and dungeon? That indicates how the selected keyword affects the status. For example, check the field type. See the jewel on the right? This means that the field type is being determined by Aqua Field, the keyword in C. We don't know what kind of field the current keyword will create until we get there. But once we learn the effect of that keyword, we can combine it with other keywords effectively. For more details, check out the board on your own time. All right, let's get going to the Delta Bursting Passed Over Aqua Field. Select Warp.
Okay. That's a pretty detailed tutorial and pretty detailed random field generation system, but that's really nice.
Before we get going, let me explain to you about the camera control. During the game, enemies will attack from all directions. The idea is to adjust your view quickly to see your enemy and grasp the situation. I'll explain more later, but remember, you can only use skills on targets you can see. Basically, if you don't use the camera right, you'll be dead before you know it. First, rotate the camera. Push either the L1 button or the R1 button to move the camera. Good. Next, let's zoom in and zoom out. You can zoom the camera in or out by using the right analog stick. Try it.
It goes out pretty far.
Yeah, that's it. Finally, you reset the camera by pushing the R2 button. There you go. Remember, when the battle starts, constantly adjust your camera. Okay, and this is the field. It's the lowest level in the area. When you want to return to the town, press the triangle button and select Gate Out from the menu. Grassland, wilderness, and jungle are some of the field types. You can set them with keywords. The combination of field type and weather determines the area elements. For example, if it's a grassland and it's raining, that area will be a water element state. The elements also affect the type of monsters that will appear and the items you can get. Don't worry about it now. As you get used to it, combine words to get different elements. Now, let's get going on our quest. First, check the map at top right. You see the red down arrow on it? That's the gate to the dungeon. In the dungeon's deepest level, there's a god statue that usually holds a rare item. Basically, the goal is to reach this statue. But enemies are often tougher down there, so gain some levels above ground before you head below. Okay, wait a sec. By using the fairy's orb, hidden data on the map becomes visible. Yellow areas on the map show magic portals, where you encounter monsters and treasures. All right, how about we go pick a fight? Head for one of the magic portals. For a basic attack, approach the target and press the X button. By the way, a cursor appears on the target so that you can check its name and hit points. Try using a basic attack to defeat some monsters. You've started to get the hang of it, right? Okay, let's try using skills. Press the triangle button to open the menu and select skill. Okay then. Choose Rep from the list. When the target cursor appears, select the target and press the X button to execute. That's it. Pretty easy, huh? You can target a party member for recovery or remedy skills and the enemy for attack skills. Remember, you can only apply skills to targets within your view. Before using a skill, adjust the camera so that your target comes into view. Well, you must be sick of me at this point. It's your turn to tell me what to do by using chat command. Okay, I'll teach you the command to get your members to heal. Okay then, press the square button to open the menu. Next, go ahead and choose First Aid from the menu. It's good to be the boss, isn't it? If you use it well, you can bunch up on the enemy, or give separate orders to each party member. When you add new members to the party, try various chat commands to see their effects. That's it for now. Just remember what you learned. And start exploring. When you think you're ready, we'll head for the dungeon.
That's pretty cool.
Whenever you...
What's this icon over here? Almost looks like a will-o'-the-wisp. Oh, it's a spring.
This spring has a strange feel. Maybe I should throw in a weapon or a piece of armor.
But I've got nothing to throw in, unfortunately. And I can't unequip it. Yeah. I can't unequip all of my armor or, like, all of a particular type of armor.
Now we can start exploring the dungeon. One thing you need to remember is that you can't gate out when you're in a dungeon. To gate out and return to the town, you have to go back to the field. The sprite Ocarina will warp you to the surface, but you can't use it during battle. This is the treasure box, but you knew that, right? You should know that there are two types of treasure boxes, normal and booby-trapped. This one's normal. Hit the X button to open it. This one's booby-trapped. Notice a different color? Try to open it as is, and you're screwed. Just use the fortune wire on it. This item will disarm the trap. See? Now it's safe to open. Press the X button to open it.
What's that noise? Whoa!
What the? Did you just see that?
Yeah. Was that thing chasing her?
Yeah, but... something like that on this level?
I mean, it looked really mean, but...
When you want me to...
I'm a little concerned. Flying ghost girl being chased by weird monster. This smacks of we don't want to know.
Better watch out. We're trapped in here. In the dungeon, there are rooms with traps everywhere. The only way to get out of a trap like this is by activating all the magic portals in the room. All right, let's charge to that magic portal.
Looks like we were close enough as is. So hard, but Orca, I want to see what's in all the different things in the dungeon. Okay, so the girl in the weird thing went into a dead end and disappeared. This is getting worse by the minute. More worrying. Orca, are you sure we should be here? Because this... I hate to be that genre-savvy guy, but this is the first sign of things going downhill. Portals open. That message means that there's probably no more enemies, or if there is, there's the boss down here.
This is the room where the statue is. There's only one of them at the dungeon's deepest level, and you can get rare items from it. That's enough adventure for now. Let's grab the treasure and get back to town, shall we? If we had a Sprite Oak arena, we could warp out of here. But we don't have one. So we gotta go back the way we just came.
I mean, it's like a few rooms, so why would you waste it anyway? Steel blades, yellow candy, and grunt doll. Grunt the grunty? Cannot be used sell for money or trade. Cannot be used sell for money or trade. Level 1 weapon for twin blades. Tiger claws. This is skeleton. So, a place to stay ready for the tiger claws. Cool. Cutscene. This is not. That's not good. That's really not good. That's really not good.
Or was the rumor true?
Take this.
Huh?
Please take this. There's no time. Please.
What's this?
A great force. The power it holds can bring forth either salvation or destruction at the whim of the user. It's coming.
What's coming? Oh, this does not sound. This sounds like boss music.
It'll kill you.
This is boss music. This is very creepy boss music.
What the hell? What is this? Something wrong. Nothing works.
thing.
It wasn't supposed to be this way. I'm sorry. Get out of here!
The book. Well, come back. I think we could use that power right now. I thought you couldn't teleport out of battle. Book back. And if it honestly disappeared inside of Kite. Hello. Hello, mysterious scantily clad woman with long golden tresses.
What was wrong with Yasuhiko? Why was he upset? I wanted to ask him, but he wouldn't even pick up the phone. And then, the next day, I found out that Yasuhiko had been hospitalized. I rushed to the hospital, but they wouldn't even let me see him. But I guess it's better this way. I didn't want to see him all week, and he wouldn't want that either. But what the hell happened to him? I have a feeling that the key to it is somewhere in the world.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, Ebony, I would too.